So I'm going to make this as quick as possible, and I'm trying to prop my phone up at the moment. I'm working on getting a tripod, so it'll be much easier for me to make YouTube videos. So, sorry for all the movement and all that good jazz. Okay, I guess I'm going to hold it. Anyways, I've been watching some more YouTube, and it's come to my attention that Miss Katie, or that vegan teacher, is at it again. She's attacking other YouTubers again by going after Call Me Chris, which I follow personally. I am a big fan of Call Me Chris, and I want to congratulate her on her recent endeavors. I recently just got engaged myself. Uh, my old man's currently working right now, so he's not at home. But here's the thing. Call Me Chris came out a few years ago with something that happened to her that was horrendous. And she literally broke down. Now, I haven't personally watched the whole video. I've seen clips of it through other YouTubers that covered the story that I'm covering right now. She was apparently essayed sometime in the past, and it's something that's horrible. It's a horrible thing to happen to anybody. And as somebody that was a past victim myself, I can relate to Call Me Chris's breakdown. I've went through counseling for it for a good number of years, and I'm still currently in counseling for other reasons, not related to that. But I have been diagnosed as having severe PTSD because of some of my childhood trauma, but that's neither here nor there. I came on here to make a post about that vegan teacher, aka Miss Katie. Apparently, she was officially a teacher at one point. I haven't researched that quite yet, but I'm working on it. So allegedly, for the moment, she was a teacher. She, in the past, before she became vegan, of course, did eat meat. And now she's trying to push her propaganda on the world that you shouldn't eat meat, you should be vegan and only eat plants and non-living things. Okay, first off, let me clarify something for you, Miss Katie. There are people like myself that have health issues. We can't go vegan. Veganism would not provide us the nutrition that we actually get from meat. Okay? Just to clarify that. Some of us actually have to be meat eaters. I myself am a meat eater. I have health issues. If I go vegan, probably would be dead within a month or two. Sorry, but at my age, I'm not willing to croak to just be a plant eater. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for eating your veggies. I encourage people to eat veggies. Yes, I do. Because it is healthy for you. Eating all meat all the time is not healthy. Okay? But eating plants all the time is not healthy either. You don't get all your nutritions. Okay? Excuse me for a moment while I get a sip of my coffee. Now, I'm not a very religious person anymore. But I used to be Christian. For my own personal reasons, I turned away from it. I quit being considered a Christian. But from my days as being a Christian, I recall that in the Bible it does state that even God gave you permission to eat meat. Okay, no, stop and think about this. The vegan teacher is sitting there. She's even made it, and I'm quoting her, not me. Okay, she's even made a video where chat GPT or whatever. Um, God, I'm sounding really old right now, and I'm only 43. But chat GPT was she had used it to make it sound like, and I quote, Black Jesus saying that we should all be vegan and we shouldn't eat meat, and yada yada yada, you know. But the thing of it is, obviously, she doesn't do her research. That's the one thing. No, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against veganism. If you can live a healthy life off of eating tofu and plants, go for it. That's your choice. But to force it onto the rest of the world, just because that's your belief, that's not only stupid, but hypocritical. One, you didn't start out as vegan. None of us are born vegan. Our bodies, when we're in the room, absorb whatever our mothers eat. Now, I come from a long line of meat eaters in my family. At least I eat vegetables. But so before I was born, I was observing all that meat that my mother ate. When you were pregnant, Miss Katie, this is directly to you. When you were pregnant, you weren't vegan because you didn't become vegan until well after your children, if you have any, were actually born. Ergo, you were feeding your children meat before they were born. So, you sit there and you criticize us for being meat eaters, but you don't do the research, mate. You don't research anything. And to bring religion into it. I'm sorry, I don't normally do religious talk, but to bring religion into this and say that baby black Jesus is saying we should all be vegan. No, that's you saying we should all be vegan, and our health can go to hell. To heck, sorry. And if we croak within a month or two, then that's our own fault. Were to follow you, yeah, it would be our own fault. But for those of us with brain cells who understand health conditions, who understand not all of us can be straight up vegan, it's not our fault because we know what we need to do. And if I would have followed you and become vegan, as you put it, which I don't truly believe you're full on vegan, by the way, but if I became vegan and I got deathly ill because I couldn't get the nutrients from the meat that I don't eat anymore, I could come after you, citing the fact that it was because of you I turned to veganism. Now, that would be a whole legal issue that you don't want. Because, see, I study up on things, I do proper research. Might not look it, but I do proper research. And I understand a little bit more about the law than most civilians do. Yes, I'm saying civilians because I am a civilian, I'm not a cop, never been one. Wouldn't make it as one either because I have health issues that wouldn't allow it. I was born with a heart condition, in fact, that wouldn't allow me to be a cop. Not that I'd want to be one anyway. I don't trust cops too much, but that's personal issues. Um, but you know, it's a whole legal issue, and you're pushing your beliefs and trying to force people to do something that they don't want to do. You can't legally do that, dude. Miss Katie, you need to stop. Do your proper research, lady. Because all you're doing is turning billions of people against veganism. And there are vegans out there that I will respect. I will walk up to this a vegan and say, I appreciate you. You're following through with what you believe in, but you're not pushing it on me because you respect my choices too. You, on the other hand, Miss Katie, if I ever saw you in person, I wouldn't be so kind. See, I was raised to be kind to the elders. I was raised to show respect to my elders. But I guarantee you, my grams, my biological grandmother, may she rest in peace, she was an eater too, and she lived to be up to 91 years of age. Okay? She was healthy as an ox, aside from diabetes, but that was later in life. Guess what? She'd be completely for me to go off on you. And she's the woman that taught me to be respectful. My mother, she wouldn't just use words. Okay? That proves that she's just a violent person. But you, on the other hand, would probably make Gandhi want to smack you around. So, Katie, get off your high horse. Stop making fun of, Call Me Chris, for what her past was like. And start doing your proper research. Okay? Because you keep telling everybody, oh, chickens are cooped up all the time. Actually, we have free range chickens now. Yeah. And as far as the rape, or sorry, the grape of uh, cows and stuff like that, it's called artificial insemination. Even humans go through artificial insemination. Do your research, lady. Do not come at the world with your veganism and trying to force everybody to be vegan when you don't even know what you're talking about. Okay? Now, to the rest of YouTube that might see this, two things. I'm issuing a challenge. I want anybody who actually sees this to forward it or to share it with that vegan teacher, Miss Katie. I want her to understand what the real world is like. Okay? Second off, I'm going to try my best to make this the last video I make on her because I find it quite a waste of my time. I could be doing a lot better videos. Heck, I could be showing you guys more videos of my dog Eric. Okay? That'd be more entertaining than these videos about the vegan teacher. Yeah, share it with him. Share it with her, I mean. Let her know that there is somebody out there that's a meat eater that has more common sense than she does. Okay? Thank you guys for listening to my rant. Peace out.